Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I'm taking you guys to a card show, a Pokemon card show. This is a first for me. My wife invited me to go to one. My wife recently got into collecting Pokemon cards. Well, she likes opening the packs. I wasn't really sure what to expect. Going in though, there was certain cards I was looking for. I was looking for this Crystal Blastoise and also this XY Promo Blastoise. I was hoping to get one in mint condition with great centering because I would really like to have one graded and hopefully get a PSA 10 one. Things quickly turned into Pokemon Paradise. Just look at all the cards, guys. It's really insane, right? I'm over here walking through with a camera and everything. I'll go ahead and fix the camera view in a little bit, but right here, this is just the beginning of things. And the crazy part, right? So where we ended up coming through, it was like a little, it was like a way to like kind of sneak through because apparently you didn't have to pay if you went like the way we just did. But eventually to enter the other rooms, you do have to pay. It was like $15 each, which isn't too bad. Plus we were going to pay regardless. But I think it was just funny, the fact that we ended up somehow sneaking in. So anyway, right here, I was talking to one of the vendors. A lot of them were very nice. They're like, hey, how are you doing? And all that. Is there anything you guys are looking for? I told them, which cards I was looking for. They didn't have them. They told me the only Blastoise cards that they had right here was the PSA 10 Celebrations, but I already had that one. Regardless of that, they had great singles, and many of them had binders, and a lot of the smaller value cards looked really sick, honestly. And I ended up picking some up. I'll go ahead and I'll show you guys that later towards the end of the video. And as I was going through my journey, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys a story, while I was here, I ended up seeing that Paradox Rift Groudon card, and it was people were selling it for like 75 to 90 bucks. And I all of a sudden thought of like, hey, I wonder how much this is in PSA 10. And it seemed like the market was going crazy for it. I was seeing, sold comps, like high 400s up to like 500. And a lot of the regular listings, that they haven't sold yet, but a lot of people were already putting them up to like $800, $900. And I'm like, whoa, this is insane. So it ended up quickly turning into, apart from trying to look at those other Blastoise cards, it quickly turned into, let me see if I can get a good deal on a PSA 10 Groudon. Right here, though, I'm just kind of looking through, and I want to show you guys all these amazing cards. All these amazing cards, I think, and I do ask, to look at some of them. One thing also is that the Bubble Mew, guys, I had no idea, but it's already like right now up to like $2,000. Right, I think one here is in Japanese and one other here is in English, and I was like, wait, what's it was funny. I'm over here, I've been around Pokemon for so long, and I was like telling my wife, wait, why are these different prices? I think like and that other display case, it had that Bubble Mew in Japanese and English one, but I didn't see the language right away, so I was like, wait, what's the difference? And then my wife was like, oh, one is Japanese, and I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense, right? So anyway, guys, also let me know, how was your card show experience, whether it's, sports, Pokemon cards, whichever it may be. How was it for you? Honestly, for me, it was like the best thing. I felt like a kid in a candy store. Like I really did. I just couldn't help but just admire. Although I was looking for certain cards, look at all these Blastoise right here, guys. I was like, ooh, it was just Pokemon Paradise, man. Like, they just like, I've never seen this many Pokemon cards. That right there in this table, there's a bunch of Charizard, and I'm also thinking about getting that Hidden Fates Charizard. That's something that I don't have in my collection, and I've been thinking about getting it. I might even get a PSA 10 one, but I'm gonna go ahead and slow down on that one because that thing is like $1,500. But it's just such a nice card. I was trying to pull it in my channel earlier. I did have 4 packs. I bought them from collectorscash.com. They all had the Charizard artwork, and I was thinking, man, maybe I can pull this off. But it's always a gamble, guys. So didn't get anything crazy. But who knows? Maybe the next go around, maybe just maybe. Right here they have a lot of vintage Pokemon cards. I was actually there's a Dark Blastoise there that I ended up wanting to take a look at, but the it was like near mint, but the centering wasn't there, and I'm like, man, I was really hoping that's kind of the biggest thing I was doing. Like, I was just right away, I was looking at for like the centering, and as soon as like I didn't see this, like the one I was looking for, I'm like, no, right. Also, let me know, guys. Out of the all the cards that are being displayed, or you guys get to see, let me know which one is your favorite one. They had so many different ones, and going back to that Bubble Mew, there is no way that thing is going to keep going up in price. I think the cheapest one I saw was like 1950. And one thing that I ended up experiencing myself, like just shop around, and also really going back to that Groudon story. So I did actually I ended up finding a PSA 10 Groudon for $400 on one of the tables. Like, I thought to myself, wait, that sounds really cheap. And then I ended up actually looking at sold comps on eBay. And I think actually, no, I think that's when I actually started looking up the PSA 10 prices. Because up to that point, I was saying $75, $90, like $400, okay. And as soon as I comped it and I saw that how high that market was going, I was like, dude, I need to get that card. Sadly, I only had $300 in cash. And I asked the guy, hey, would you do $300 dollars and 100 Venmo? But he's like, nah, I just want all cash. So I was like, oh darn, okay, I don't have cash on me like that. So I ended up going to my wife, asking her, hey, do you have a spare $100? And she did. And then I was wondering, like, and then I thought to myself, and I knew that I should just gotten it, right? Like, just no questions, anything like that. And then I think maybe I brought it up to my wife. I wonder if I should ask for it to be a little lower. And I'm like, that's when you like start like like don't ever get greedy like that, guys. Don't ever, like, if you find a deal, just go for it. Don't try to get a better deal than that. Because once I asked the guy, I went back to the table and I asked him, hey, what's the best price you can do on it? And honestly, I feel like people just do that regularly, but I had already known that it was a good price. So I should have just gone for it. And so anyway, as soon as I asked him, hey, what's your best price? He ended up starting to look up comps. And as soon as he did that, he like just kind of started thinking about things. And like at that point, I actually didn't have the extra. Oh, no, I did have the money. Oh, no. Actually, initially, no, I didn't have the money then. But, and so when I came back to the table, I actually saw them having pulled the slab and they actually pulled the price. So, and then I asked, like, and then I was ready to buy it, but I was like, nah, I already know what's going to happen. And yeah, that was the case. They pulled the price and it's like, oh, we're actually going to have to reprice it. We actually didn't set it to the correct price. And I was really bummed out about that. Right. Cause I was thinking, dang, dude, like, you're really just going to switch up the price, So I was like, dang, dude. But right here, let me also quickly show you guys. I did end up finding one of the Crystal Blastoise. So this one was a PSA 9, but I was looking for one that was raw. And unfortunately, the seller didn't have one. But man, just look at that. But dude, like, I was so bummed out about what happened with the whole Groudon situation. And I was like, dude, that was such a deal. So really, guys, if you ever find a deal like that, just go for it. Don't ask for any questions. Don't ask for any questions. Just go ahead and just buy that card. So I was over here just looking at different things, just trying to, like, you can see them. But I'm over here now venting. But one thing I did do, because I was thinking, okay, all right, I'm not gonna find any other deal like that. I started seeing the Groudon at like 550, and I think that was like the lowest that I ended up seeing, right? Because I had literally gone on a journey to just like see if I could find any raws like that had the best centering, no whining. Because I was like, dude, I'm just gonna end up grading this myself and get a 10. But unfortunately, I couldn't find that. So I'm like, okay. Then all of a sudden, I was like, I saw a Japanese one because I had seen one earlier and it was going for like $70, right? I think someone had it for like 80, but then I was like, you know what? Let me pick some of these up. So a little spoiler there. So I ended up getting two of the Japanese Groudons PSA 10s from Paradox Rift because I'm like, these are gonna go up, right? So I'm gonna invest into these. Because one thing I'm also trying to do, I'm trying to get my wife through school, so I will go ahead and sell them, once they go up in price. And I'm thinking, there is no way these won't go up in price. Because if the English ones are soaring up like crazy, that's what's gonna end up happening. So I picked those two up, and I'll keep you guys updated. I'm really thinking that the market is gonna go up on that. So let me go ahead and finish up the video. This is actually another card that I also picked up, this Mew EX. This one I'm gonna go ahead and grade. I feel like the centering is really good. There's really no whitening that I see. And then the rest of the one, so all these are gonna be for my the Mew I'm gonna think about it, but the other one is for my personal collection. And just check out this Nidoking, guys. I saw that one earlier in the show and I knew I had to pick it up. There's also this nice Zorora. Like the artwork is just on point at that one, as well as for this Infernape. I had no idea this card even existed. And then as you can see here, these are the two Groudons that I talked about, guys. I really think these are going to go up in price like crazy. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me on this journey and for hearing out that story. I'll see you guys on the next one.